Hello guys, Lizard Jesus here. I am bringing you guys a video as we are currently getting ready for our Kingsland fight. I just thought that this video needed to be made because it hasn't been made in a while and the meta has changed so much. But today I'm bringing you guys the top 3 legendary and epic commander pairings in Rise of Kingdoms. I have gathered data from my numerous years played, and this ranking list is legendary and epic commanders that are good in the open field as well as Canyon, as I think Canyon is a very important part of the game, and it's actually somewhat crucial to growing your account, but that's a video for another time. So starting in at number 1, and we're gonna go from the least best pairing to the absolute most must pair. Starting at number 1, I think it's quite obvious, is Scipio with Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu and Scipio is a double AoE infantry commander. Scipio, at this stage of the game, I wouldn't recommend expertising. I think him at 5.55.1 is solid. And with Sun Tzu behind Scipio, you're gaining just a tad bit of infantry health. And you're taking 10% less damage, which is actually good now that smite damage is a thing, because 10% less damage is all damage. 20% boosted skill damage is great. You can use Scipio Sun Tzu in the garrison. I mean, like, it should be fine for Shadow Legion. And the reason why this pair is actually super, it works. Sun Tzu is gaining 50 rage for every target he hits, and he's hitting up to 5 targets. What this means is that on Scipio, I have this build for rallying with Ethelfled, but what that means is with Scipio, you can skip out on Rejuvenate, grab Emergency Protection, and you have more. And because you're skipping out on Rejuvenate, you're skipping out on, like, you know, this talent, that talent, and these 3 or 2. You're gonna have more talents for either March Speed, or if you want to go up here, you can grab Snare of Thorns. So that's my number 1 free-to-play pair. As you're just getting, I wouldn't recommend using epics in late game SLC, but when you're getting to KVK 3, your first heroic anthem, you're probably going to be at a point in your account where you're pairing legendaries with epics. So Scipio Sun Tzu is a strong pair. The second pair is going to be Zhu Legion with Kusunoki. Now, this was a tough one between Zhuge Liang and Imhotep, because, believe it or not, I actually think Imhotep's debuff is stronger than Zhu Legion's. However, we are in a meta right now with Herman being introduced, so Kusunoki is actually going to be there to clear all the poison stacks, and Herman is putting lots and lots of poison stacks. And he's not just clearing poison, he's also clearing silences, exhausts. I mean, no one really uses Gupt anymore, but Zhu Legion and Kusunoki is a strong pair. Kusunoki doesn't have any defense. Kusunoki is bringing a small amount that just pushes the needle a slight bit in his expertise. He's bringing some instant proc damage, which is nice because Zhu Legion he has revenge damage, but instant proc is nice. I'm pretty sure this can stack. You can also use ZL and Kusunoki for your city, which is great. Kusunoki is a little low on the damage, but he's clearing the poisons, which is super crucial. Before we get into number 1, we're going to do a couple honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Zhu Legion with Imhotep. This was actually a tough one for me, but I settled on Kusunoki just because of the current poison meta. You want Kusunoki there to clear debuffs. I think the debuff from Imhotep is stronger than Zhu Legion's. I mean, taking all 5 targets 30% more damage, and you're deducting their rage per second. It's really nice. You can use them in the garrison, but I think ZL Kusunoki is stronger. Second honorable mention is going to be Nevsky with Baibars. You can use this to hit cities. Baibars is bringing an AoE that Nevsky needs, and it's not reducted. But I just feel like Nevsky nowadays is he's not as tanky as he once was, and we have to wait for the next cap cycle to see if Nevsky's really worth the expertise. I'm not even going to take him to 5.5.5.1. I think I'm leaving him at 5.5.1.1. Anyways, those are my 2 honorable mentions. My number 1 pair that I would recommend is Liu Che with Joan of Arc. Now, I know I don't have a maxed out Liu Che or as a primary. On one of my restart accounts, I actually run LC Joan of Arc, and it is insanely strong. ZL is doing smite damage, which is a huge AoE, by the way. 5 targets with a massive fan. Joan of Arc is boosting normal damage by 25%, which LC desperately needs. He's bringing march speed. Amazing. Infantry defense is okay, but 20% skill damage taken reduction is phenomenal. Now, he's missing health. However, Joan of Arc on her active skill for 4 seconds, she's buffing infantry units' health by 30% for 4 seconds. And LC has the attack tree, which means that he needs a rage engine. Joan of Arc is bringing the rage engine. And if you know Joan of Arc, you know that once you get her rage going, and you're not rage capping, which trust me, you will not be rage capping with LC, having the attack tree, 30% infantry health for 4 seconds on top of your defense and skill damage taken reduction. For 4 seconds, every single turn, you are going to be taking lots of damage and will survive. Joan of Arc has a small heal. It's not great, it's not amazing, but it's for the open field. I feel like you almost kind of like want a smaller heal in some cases, so you're not taking out so many Sev wounded. So that's my number 1 legendary epic pair is ZL with Joan of Arc. I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and yeah, stay safe.